The Lafitte Seafood Festival had to be postponed in June because there was still a lot of work to be done after Hurricane Ida.
But the weekend-long festival just kicked off a few hours ago. Meg Ferris joining us live now with probably one of the best assignments today with what we can expect. Meg.
And Katie and Sharice, as you can hear, the great music has already started. And come on, ladies, where else on this planet can you sit in a P row if you want to and listen to the Marshall Tucker Band, Tina McBride, and Lauren Elena, and of course, great seafood.
Check 1, 2.
No place needs its annual festival right now more than Lafitte.
The storm surge wiped us out. The restaurant had to be demolished. It's very difficult to just start over. We lost everything we had.
And no people need the economic boost it will bring more than the ones who call this home.
We lost the family restaurant. We lost our home, my parents, my grandparents, my aunt. So we're finally back in our house after a year. They're just starting my parents' house. And it's just been devastating.
The 8,000 people and the Jean Lafitte area were ground zero for Hurricane Ida last year.
This community was underwater, under mud, and under debris. So it was devastating. So to come back in the fashion that we have and able to throw this festival just a year later is just remarkable.
Mayor Tim Kerner Jr. says the community is coming back fast and it's time to show that off. But there's still unfinished business. Schools are still closed, so they've lost some young families. FEMA still hadn't decided between a rebuild or a repair. Some moved away due to insurance costs too. So income from this weekend is needed.
So we could rebuild our baseball field, so we could do some of those things. FEMA money might take a year or two to just get reimbursed for the money we already spent out. So we're not going to wait for a handout.
And he says right now it's never been more important to highlight Louisiana seafood.
This can of Vienna sausage is more expensive right now than shrimp because of the amount of imports that's coming in. And President Biden just passed even more, just accepted even more imports from Ecuador.
Restaurant Des Familles is trying to rebuild again. In 2020, a fire. 3 weeks before opening, the hurricane. Now they have to rebuild again and hope to reopen again. How do you keep going on?
Well, it's actually the guests that keep coming back to the restaurant. We have a lot of support with the community, and our Facebook followers keep us going. And that chef said it's going to be snuggle up, warm eating, hot eating gumbo weather this weekend, as Chris Franklin's been telling us. Now, they have already sold 38 tickets. Tickets to people in 38 states, I meant to say. And these big name acts that are going to be out here, as I mentioned, the Marshall Tucker Band, they are giving them a cut rate so they can keep more of the proceeds. And ladies, I asked Tori, our producer, if I could sing Can't You See for my 2.5 slotted minutes, and she said, nope. Do your story, Meg. Back to y'all.